Well, hello, everybody. Good evening. Got a good chat going here already. Hi, Connie, Gil, Dave, Patty, Alicia. Hello. You're supposed to be first. I know. Connie got on really early. It was kind of fun, though. Julie, hello. You're here. 13 Moons, hello. How are you? Thanks for coming in. Yes, dedication. Absolutely. Absolutely. You are so right. Um, ooh, Alicia, you've got some stuff going on. So, yeah, I'll definitely pray for your dad. Hmm, yes, he needs prayers. And I'm glad that you didn't have a stroke or anything. So that's good. Who do we have here? Kiri, hello. How are you doing? Oh, thanks, Alicia. Yep, shortened it. Shortened it and got some of the color back. So, hey, Matt, how are you? Thanks for letting me know it was you because I'm always guessing. But you guys are good. So, is Sarah still having to work at her the other job, or is she back home now? And how are you doing? How's your foot doing? I know we got your last video, but that's always a week behind. So just was wondering if you're still in the boot. Yeah. Out in a boot, right? Oh, yes, Kira, you are working it, girl. You are always out doing things. So, oh, we're coming COVID here. Yes. I led music for a 3-day retreat this weekend, Friday through Sunday. And I was just like, I had wanted to um, get this hair taken care of like a couple of weeks ago. And I just was so busy. I could not get to it. And finally, Friday morning before I had to leave, I'm just like, oh, I just like cut, and then just color it. And so just like, it just felt better, You're out of the boot today. Oh, that's awesome. That is so great. Hi, Shady Hill. It's with a C. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, lots of teachers getting sick. Oh, that's too bad. I'm sorry to hear that. And hopefully Sarah will stay well too. Hey, Katie, how are you? Who else do we have here? Jennifer, hello, welcome. Thanks for being here. Oh my goodness, Kiri, yeah. It's like you need a job just to be able to pay for feed, right? A second job or third job just to pay for that. So yeah. Hi, yeah, Alicia. I used to do my girls all the time, all while they were growing up. So, once they got old enough where they wanted to go and pay for their own, they were working and as teenagers and wanted to get their own hair done from somewhere else is fine, go for it. But I tell you what, it saves a lot of money to be able to cut your people's hair. And I had been going to somebody for years, but once lockdown hit, it was like they closed. I mean, they went out of business, and I still haven't been able to find the person who cut my hair. So I've just been doing my own for 2 years now. So, but anyway, 13 Moons, I totally hear you. And, that's actually been. Well, then you don't have to worry about it, right? Just the stuff in the front, what you can see, right? You don't have to you don't have to worry about getting haircuts and all that kind of stuff. So, right, Matt, that it just saves so much money, and it really isn't hard. You know, uh, you kind of get you get used to the techniques, and especially your own kid's hair, whether it's thin or thick or curly or anything like that. And, you can say, hey, do you like it this way? Do you not? But I think, from what I remember, you and the boys, you have kind of the same haircut, right? Just the buzz, which is kind of neat. So, yeah, and Dave does a buzz. So, Patty, you just whacked yours off. Oh, that's true. Curls do hide a multitude. They do. Hey, Glenn, how are you? Tony, welcome. Welcome, welcome. All right, we're getting some good people here. Yay! I mean, you're all good people, but I mean, it's just like a good crew here to talk with. So, Bonnie, hello. Your pastor's wife cut it. Oh, and you don't even go to the church. That's great. That is awesome. I know I have just a little bit of wavy stuff kind of on the sides and the back, and it when it gets a little bit longer, especially if it's humid or something, they kind of show up a little bit more. But um, enough to give it a little body. So anyway, I didn't get on here to talk about my hair, but thank you guys for asking. I appreciate it. So it has been warm. I mean, like 10 days ago, 9 days ago, we had minus 35 wind chills. And last week we had a snowstorm. We had like 4 inches of snow. It was either Monday or Tuesday. I think it was Tuesday. And then it warmed up, and our 2 feet of snow is like gone. We have, snowbanks left that especially are in the shade, that type of thing. But it is, I don't know if you can see, there's no snow out there right now. So it is almost gone. And it's been warm. We are supposed to get rain tomorrow and snow again on Wednesday. So we who are native Minnesotans, we know that winter is never over, even when all the snow's gone and it's warm and everything like this. So it still likes to throw its last little bit at us before it warms up. I was checking the NOAA site. I'm kind of covering you guys up here. Let me see if I can give you that link. There we go. I checked this, and it gives like a 3-month prediction at a time, and they're usually pretty odd. I mean, it's just really a general thing, and it's like, okay, can you expect a warm summer, or hot summer, or a cool summer, or a wet summer, or not? And sometimes they don't hit it, but they look at everything in the world. They look at all of the oceans, the jet streams, all the things that are happening. So it's not just in our little region that they're just kind of looking at, but so they can kind of tell what's going to be happening. And we're going to be hot and dry again. Sorry, Matt. Hot and dry again. Ugh. But anyway, if you look up that and you can tell what it is going to be for your area, it's kind of neat to see. But I should be able to start planting peas very soon. I'm going to wait until after this week, this snow, and then get out there and work. Our ground is just has been thawing. It might even still be frozen a little bit down, but generally the melt off, the runoff and everything, at least in my yard and everything, it has. I know, Matt, right? So things have been soaking in, which is good. But my beds should be good. I have to go out. I have to check the bed that I grew carrots in last year, because I did not get out there to dig them up. And so they overwintered in my bed without any covering or anything. So they're probably just mush tubes. They were big, but it was a crazy fall, and I just was not able to get out there and do that. So, Michigan Daffodil, hello. Oh, yes, I know. Just Exactly. Exactly. We do need to get some rain. It looks like by the end of the summer, it should start kind of shifting back to normal, which I hope it does. But anyway, I don't remember if I showed you guys, but these are the peas that I'm going to grow. So some King Tut peas and some Lillian. What is that? Caseload. Lillian caseload peas. And these are so cute, the Tom Thumbs. And these I am going to put around in between other plants, just wherever I have some space. But aren't they cute? These you can put in pots. So that is true, Dave. I could just leave them in the ground and see if I can get something out of them, but I do need that space. So I could leave a couple in there. That's a good idea. I'll think about that. So anyway, those are what's going to go out. But I have been, last week I planted my onions. I told you guys I did that in 1 week. I'll show you how they're doing. Look at this. So in 1 week. So I just this morning took the covers off. So these are still very, very wet. But I think now you can tell that I haven't had 100% germination, but they may still come up in these spaces. So we'll see. These are the yellow sweet Spanish onions, and so I've got those. These are the ruby reds, and those are coming up. And so I like doing them in these containers. This is working great, and I can get a bunch in. So these that are like really close together, I could certainly thin them out as they get bigger and stuff. And then I've got 2 more. I'll show you. I've got my little greenhouse set up there with the lights. So I've got 2 more there. They are the Walla onions, and they are not quite as far along as these, and their germination rate is not as high. But I'll give it time. It's only been a week. There may be still some under there that are trying to pop through the soil. So anyway, so your leeks are up too. I totally forgot to. All last week I was preparing for working the retreat, so I didn't do anything. And so, but thank you for the reminder. I need to put my. In fact, let me see. This is one of my seed boxes, guys. I'm going to pull my leeks out right now. So, where are they? I know I have leek seeds. Are they in with the onions? Oh, they might be. Let me see. See, these are so great because they just open up. No. I thought I had leek seeds. Maybe I don't even have seeds, Dave. I'll have to look through everything. I thought I had leeks. Oh, well. That's why they're not planted. Probably because I don't have them. Oh, goodness. So the next thing I'm going to end up planting will be the lettuces. So I have this Cosmic Crimson and Rocky Top. So I love the variety there. I don't necessarily like the spiky type of greens, but I love the different variety of colors. And they're just so delicious and fun and everything. Okay, you posted a question. Sorry, I'm getting behind here. You have 2 gardening questions. You plan to try growing beets. You have a backyard that's very shady and a front yard that gets shade and sun. Which is best? I would not go with Miracle Grow potty mix. I would use a different brand, and make sure it's not seed starting, but potting. Miracle Grow has a very, very high rate of having bugs in them, aphids, uh, yeah, lots of aphids in them. So I would not go with Miracle Grow on that. And use beets need a lot of sun. So go to the front yard that gets more sun in it. Definitely. So oh, good 13 months. Thanks for that'll be so great. Your hand will get cold scraping ice off the windshield. I hear you. Um, oh, thanks, Gil. You got seeds in the mail today? Ooh, yay. So you plan to try to grow bags for the tomatoes and beets. Is that fine? Yeah, yeah, that's fine. Just for the tomatoes because they get so tall, make sure you have planned for some support for them. Unless they are a a smaller bush type of tomato. Otherwise, they will get very big and they'll flop over in a grow bag. So just make sure you have some kind of support for them. I know baby onions. Tom Thumb definitely interested in that one. Love peas. Yes. Um, can't recall if I mentioned this, but King Tut discovered they are susceptible to P. Alenian virus. Oh, okay. Well, thank you. I have not grown the King Tut before. So I do have a little marvel. I've got like 2 bags of little marbles too from a couple years ago. So thank you though. Thanks for letting me know that. And it could be from whoever had provided the seeds too and grew them in that way too. So all right, let me see. I know when you guys were just all of a sudden just rocking the the chat here. So sorry I got behind. Um, your yellow sweet Spanish seeds were 2 years old and they germinated great. You do Walla Walla. Wow. Okay. That's interesting, Gil. Thank you. I was wondering because I have 2 trays of the Walla Wallas. So, and they're just about, I maybe have 50% right now. So, enforcer as far as leaks go. Yes, there you go. 13 moons. So far, you have greens, spinach, and cherry tomatoes germinated. Nice. Yeah, I'm going to start planting my peppers. The starts this next week. And then maybe around April 1st, I'm going to start my tomatoes. So that's kind of the plan here. I should be able to start breathing a little easier now, but now with the snow gone, there's going to be a lot of work outside to do. So, built on the rock about her mail today. If you didn't see the mail comment, I did not. Sorry. You guys are so good. Oh, you got seeds in the mail tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to be in the Kiri. That is getting right on it. That's awesome. That is so great. All right. You finish cleaning the truck first. Oh, you guys, thank you for being on it and having each other's back. I'm so grateful for you guys. And all you moderators, you guys are wonderful. Thank you for being here. Thank you for doing all that you do. Really, really appreciate it. Tony, right? I was sure I had leek seeds. So it is possible they got stuck in with like spinach or something like that. So I'll have to go through my boxes and find out. Uh, but hey Howie, how are you doing? Fungus gnats in Miracle Grow 2. That was the other one I was thinking about. Yes. Um, it's just and Gil, exactly. Miracle Grow has a lot of chemicals in it, so really look for an organic um, just soil, potting soil, not seed starting soil necessarily. For if you're going to be filling your grow bags, make sure it's like just potting soil in there. And then, yeah, compost tea works like a charm. Yes, it does. Your food forest floor is a green carpet of veggies. Nice. Oh, that's so good. Legume inoculant is for increased harvest and better health of plants. It works great. Your seeds were big. Yeah. Oh, okay, this virus is horrible. Last year, my I didn't have it anywhere else, but my peppers were attacked by aphids last year, and I've never had a problem like that. I Part of it, I think, was, that it was so hot and dry that they were looking for something, but, I don't know if part of it was the variety or what it was, but I'm gonna have to really kinda be on that this year to try to figure out what I can do to prevent that. And, you know, there's a lot of things we can hear about and study about, but until we actually have to deal with them, we kind of forget what what works and what doesn't. And so it's like, "Oh, man, I've never dealt with this. What is this? I'm gonna have to, what should I use?" So, um, yeah, even to keep, things written down to find out, it's like, "Okay, if I have this, I need to treat it with this." So, um oh, you g Oh, keep all the way from Michigan. That is funny. Are you still expecting ice storm? Um, came all the way from Michigan, also pepper seeds. That is so great. Well, I guess, Curie, the question is, did you order the scraper with the mitt, or did they just send it? So, hey, Foggy Mountain Man, hello. Albany Mountain, hello. Good for you. So you pulled carrots out of the garden today. The problem is mine went through 30 below weather, and so don't know if there's anything out there. I mean, the snow has just today gone away from around there, so, and tomorrow it's supposed to rain, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna get out there tomorrow to look at things, but, um oh, no, Texas is having historic day of tornadoes. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Foggy Mountain Man, for letting me know. We will pray for Texas. What area of Texas, is getting hit? Um, your cold weather crops are all in, hot weather's under LED lights. Nice. Howie, you are on top of it. That is so great. Um, Texas had wildfires too. Oh no. Oh, Michigan definitely. Um, there's just so much going on. Some years are just worse for aphids. Every year is a different pest turn to explode. That's true. I apologize for the beeping, the notification beeping. I have been through everywhere on my computer about these notifications, and short of turning all sound off, which I can't do because you guys are on here. Um, I apologize for the beeping coming in. It drives me crazy. So anyway, Southern Blessed Homestead, hello. You watching oh no. Um, oh, that is just not good. So I'm just gonna quick look at the oh wow. And it looks like Oklahoma and Missouri and Kansas too. But I see that line going through Texas, from Oklahoma City to Dallas to San Antonio. Okay. Yikes. Um, you guys be safe out there. Please be safe. All right, Curie. I think I know who that would be. Oh, that's so great. um, oh, the eastern side of Texas mostly getting the storms, wildfires in the west. So crazy already. My goodness. Tornado watch is in effect until 10 o'clock for 25 counties. Wow. We don't need all of that starting yet. So it's gonna be crazy. So okay. Um, so yes, I got my onions, gonna start my peppers. Oh, I'm gonna try to start some herbs too. I don't know which ones yet. I have to go out in my garden, in my yard, figure out exactly what I have there. But let's get started on the topic of the night. First of all, I want to start out with like things that are just really basic for um, people who maybe aren't used to starting gardens and different things. And I know we always come across a few of those, but along with this, those of us seasoned gardeners, we can, you guys give your input, you know, um, give ideas. Maybe something that I do would be like, "Oh, I never thought of that, or whatever. So the first thing that I do is I've got this map of my garden. And so I actually last year kind of put it together and printed it up. And so I've got my beds here. And so I can easily just go in and fill in where I want what. Now, the strawberries are kind of a set bed right here, the strawberries. The comfrey is a set bed. And then these are herbs that are perennials. So all the rest of these are all ones that I can shift around and figure out what I want to do with. So yeah, exactly, a map, and that which is great. So if it doesn't work or whatever, I can just print up another one and fill it out. But at least I have that, and which is kind of nice when I have raised beds. They're there, and I can just work with whatever's there. So people are trying to figure out, okay, what do I plant? What do I want? Um, Plant what you're going to eat. Okay. Start there. And then if there are some other things that you're like, oh, I've never tried dill before. I think I'll try planting some dill, or I've never tried eggplant or different things like that. Certainly if you have the garden space, do that. But first start with the things that you eat with your meals for your family. If you don't like tomatoes, if you don't eat any tomato products, you're allergic to tomatoes, don't grow tomatoes. It's like don't take up your garden space with something that you can't eat or won't eat. So if you guys eat lots of potatoes, plant potatoes. If you eat lots of onions, plant onions, different things like that. So um, look at your pantry. Um, Look at the things that you eat and that you grow and everything. So, um, just kind of go with that. So, okay, have I missed something here? Yeah. Do you have 10 billion rocks? Oh, Curie. Yeah. I bet you go through a number of shovels. Detroit dark red beets and micro tom tomatoes. Okay. I have not planted those. So anybody out there, that would be, if you want, feel free to help Alicia out there. But Alicia, most things are going to be like, if they're beets, you plant most of the beets all identically. If they're tomatoes, you plant them identically. So your beets you're going to want to put directly into the ground. Your tomatoes you're going to want to start early inside, so that they can get big enough and established enough so you can transplant them into the pots outside. Um, okay, Earth Day is April 22nd. Oh, that's so cool. Well, Howie, that's so great. Sold 3 goats yesterday. Oh yeah, I think you said that on Sean's live. That's awesome. Don't plant too much of things that are hard to store. Excellent tip, David. Very, very excellent tip. Yeah, if you don't have storage space for, you know, 3 bushels of carrots, don't plant 3 bushels of carrots, unless you plan on canning them or cutting them up and freezing them if you have freezer space. Again, just be very wise about how you're going to do it. So figure out first of all what you need, how much you need, your space and everything, and then you can figure out what to plant from there. Um, Thank you, Patty. Thank you, guys. You can't eat much of anything starchy, so not very many root crops going in. Yep. A low carb garden. I like that. That's great. But there you go. So you can do a succession planting of all your greens, like your lettuce, your spinach, different things like that. And, you know, get and have a plan with something like that. For first time planters, do not expect everything you plant to be successful. Excellent tip. Some plants die, some years are good for some and not others. Very much so. That's why I have 4 of these trays of onions. I mean, I have enough, so I've probably planted, I don't know, 400 or 500 onions. I know not all of these are going to come up. I know not all of them are going to be big enough for storing or anything. Um, and so, it's just going to. Oh, by the way, I got these extra trays here last year that are very, very sturdy. I think they were from on Amazon, but they're perfect for putting these 2 in here. And because the ones you get with your seed starting tray pack thing, they're so flimsy. They're just crazy there. Exactly, Michigan daffodil. And then if everything grows and you have a great abundance, bless others with it. Absolutely. Um, Very, very good. There'll always be one plant that will challenge you. Oh my goodness. Yeah, fennel's so much harder than dill. It's like dill will grow almost anywhere. So that's almost funny, Patty. I'm sorry, but yeah. Oh. The goats want to eat. There you go, too. Yes, and if you have animals like that and you want to um, portion out a part of your garden for just animal food, yeah, absolutely do that. So you know that. So you have 1,000 square feet or something, and you want to put half of that or 200 square feet of it or something into um, you know uh, goat food, rabbit food, whatever it is, you want to have that in there, and you know, go for it. Absolutely. So Gil said you planted 2 Roma tomatoes, 2 basil, 4 Grand Rapids lettuce, and 1 rainbow chard in your indoor garden experiment. Very good. Yeah, that's another thing. If there are things you're not really sure about, experiment with like 2 or 3 plants. Don't go and put 24 plants out if you're like, I don't know if I really want these, but there's 50 seeds in this packet, so I better do that. Only put a little bit. Your garlic sprouted? Awesome. So you got 50 onions, 50 leeks germinated. Same idea, more than you need. Yep. Um, your rabbits ate your beets, left your carrots. Oh, there you go, Alicia. If you have rabbits, you might not want to let them loose in the beets. Boggy Mountain, your sweet potato slips. You're finally growing up out of the water. Nice. Oh. Okay, so if you're wondering when to plant, I put a link below in the show notes for the Clyde's Garden Planner. So it looks like this. And this one says spring, and on the back side, it's for fall. So if you're going to do a spring garden or a fall garden, you can do this. And so it will slide according to when basically what your first frost date is. So this red line is the average first or average last frost date. So if your frost date, you want to slide it to what this date is. So my frost date is right around the middle of May 20th or so. So it's all the way out here. So it tells me what I can start planting at this point in time. And then, through May, June, July, what I can plant. So it says right before the frost date, right here, I could plant spinach and what was the one? Radishes. So right in there. The it doesn't. Oh, it has P's on here. FP was it? First outdoor planting dates. Okay. Then the FPs are like the first outdoor planting dates. So P's are second right here. And so I can actually start planting them by March. What is that date? It says April. Wait. April 20th. So maybe I can't get them out quite yet. But I don't know. We have a kind of a warm spring here. I'm getting behind in the chat here. Sorry. Let me see. Peter, you only have an indoor kitty. Experiment with 2 or 3 plants. You're thinking 2 or 3 trays. There you go. You started so many seeds. You're not even close to done. I hear you. Sean says the first time you started tomatoes from seeds, you did 10 out of 10 varieties each and ended up with 97 plants. Yes, that was a huge mistake. I know it's like, oh, I've got these packets, and you know, like, oh, only 10. But then when you get done, is like, I've got all these plants. What do I do with them? Well, there you go. So, Bootstrap Farmer has really sturdy flats. Yes, they do. Very, very, and they're bigger than these. These are, I got this size because they fit perfectly in my little greenhouse thingy, and I can put 2 side by side on there, and they fit great under there. So that White Family Farm gave you, okay. That was a load of plants, but I bet you shared the love, right? Oh, that's great. So anyway, if you guys can get a Clyde garden planter, that's really great. And then, you know, if you're trying to figure out natural, oh, it even has like companion plants here. So what would be the natural companion plants to like peas? They have listed carrots, turnips, lettuce, spinach, radishes, and sweet corn. So that's kind of neat. You know, another feature there, companion planting. Tells you the approximate produce yield, how many pounds per 10-foot row. So that kind of also lets you know, it's like, well, how much do I plant? What is the yield? So anyway, and it's got the little legend down here, helps you with all that. And so the same for if you're planting a fall garden, it helps you to know what's going on. And, you know, even on this one, it says protect from frost, protect from heat. You know, if you're planting a cold weather crop type of thing. So, yeah, best seeds Europe. Oh, you guys are great. Oh, that was in California. Okay. I was like 100 tomato plants in Alaska. That would be kind of a lot there. But I didn't remember you planted any in Alaska. So that you might have overdone your cherry tomatoes this year. Oh, well, you have added so many beds too to your garden area. I just love what you've done with your small property there. It's fantastic, Connie, that you've done so much. It's great. 10 by 20 flats of 1-inch cells, so hundreds of starts. Yes, then you have to plant that. Then you need more lights. Exactly. So remember to plant flowers to attract bees. Oh, hi, Miss T. How are you? Apparently, a 5G tower radiation is killing insects as well as bees. No. Oh my goodness, that's not good. Matt, do you anybody else who has bees? Dave, I don't think you have bees, right? But Matt, do you have a 5G tower next to you? That would not be good. Oh, have I seen the 2 newer books on companion planting? They're science-based. No, I have not, Patty. That'd be very cool. You want to can a bunch of tomato sauce, diced tomato sauce. Yep. I did that 2 years ago. Yes, in 2020, I just went all out with tomatoes and did that, so I don't need that many tomato plants, and I got, like, 200 pounds of tomatoes at least out of 30 plants. So, they did really, really well. It did really well. Of course, I like to grow the bigger tomatoes, so they don't have to process as many through, but, that's, yikes. Oh, man, I hope you don't have trouble with your bees. Oh, that would not be good. Um, this chat is not helping. Okay. So, like Dave was talking about cells, and I'm going to show you the different starting. I've got it right here. The different sizes and the starting trays and different things like that. They were a bear magnet. Oh, yeah. Oh, good. I know I've seen some of your videos, Dave, or Matt, for checking your bees, but yeah, hopefully that won't happen. But yes, companion planting, isn't that great? So this little Clyde, it's $5. It's worth it to get this and have it on hand, and so it works for your area and everything. So excellent. Get it there. 13 moons, I know. But, I think it depends on I had indeterminate tomatoes, so they kept growing and growing and growing. But I think it depends on the variety and everything. But yeah, if you're just by yourself and you plant 50 or 60 tomato plants, I think it's plenty. You may be giving some away. But okay. So the normal size that people start plants in is kind of these little starter cells. They call them cells here. And you get a big tray, and there's usually 72 little cells. So they come in little packs of 6. I mean, they're all connected, but I like to break mine apart so I can, because if one is growing faster than another one, then I can just take this out and transplant it. Also, I tend to not, for most things, I don't want to plant more than 6 varieties of something anyway, because generally out of 6, you'll get probably 4 or 5 maybe that'll grow well, that type of thing. You finally got an answer from Bee Expert. Bees love your waterfall pools, but ignore your rainwater tubs. Interesting. That is very interesting. Thanks, Carrie, for sharing that. So determinate gives you less than indeterminate. Yes, because the determinate, they will stop. They max out at a certain height, and they will stop producing. The indeterminate keeps growing and keeps growing and keeps producing. So check the plants that you have. And then also depends on, how you want it to grow. If you want the tomatoes to just be done at a certain time and not continue growing throughout the whole season, then, get determinate ones. What did I recently planting garlic and onion around the perimeter of your garden detours moles and voles? Matt, do you have anything to say? Because you've had to deal with voles. So do you think that putting garlic and onion in there would help? Lots of both, yes. But, and you can certainly grow them interspersing among other plants. Let's say you've got your carrots growing, put a couple onion plants in there. And that's the one nice thing about starting them like this. I can take them out and I can just put them wherever I want, not just in one solid bed. All right, Tony, thank you so much for coming. That's awesome. Okay, so this is a little seed starting cell. So you fill it with seed starting mix, and then you put 1 or 2 seeds in here. Usually I like to do 2 in case one doesn't germinate, and that's kind of a general rule in that way. So you can then put your seed in here. These are small a lot of people don't like starting them in this. They want to start them in something bigger, or in their final pot before it goes into the garden, that type of thing. But like, a lot of people are saying here, it's like, well, I want to start all of these varieties where I have, 200 or 300 seeds I need to start. It's like, I don't have 200 of these pots, and so starting them, that's why these are called starter packs. So you fill these, you can start your seeds in here, see how they're growing. You can fill the flats with them. There are very nice holes on the bottom, so you bottom water and they soak right up. And so as the plant grows and it gets its true leaves and it starts establishing, it can fill this little area with its roots and get nice and established. And then you can just pop them out of here and transplant them in. So what we call that is kind of up transplanting, transplant it up, so up planting. Thanks, Gil, so much for coming. I really appreciate it. Get a cat. There you go. Garlic helped a ton. Okay. Oh, that's great. Excellent. So you've got these. Now, when you upplant, you don't want to disturb the plants too much. So a lot of times you want to go or sometimes you can go straight from here into your garden, depending if it's growing slowly enough, that type of thing. Tomatoes, you need to have them more established than just this size. So let's just say tomatoes and peppers. You've started them here. They've gotten about this tall, and the roots are starting to get bound in there. You need to transplant them out. So then you've got a choice of other sizes you want to transplant them from. And I've just ordered packs of these from Amazon. You can get them probably at Walmart too, that type of thing. Oh, missed the chat here. So, frozen tea, okay, on the computer. Okay, good. Yes, Miss T, absolutely. There could be a lot of people attempting this, definitely. So this is a 2-inch pot, which means that it's 2 inches across, maybe might be 2.5 inches, but I think it's 2. And so a lot of times I will put the tomatoes then in here so that they have a chance. You don't want to, now some gardeners will take them and stick them right in a bigger pot. They might start the seeds right there, or they might start them here and then just put them in here. But the problem is that plants have a tendency to want to root out before they grow up, if that makes sense. Not all plants, but a good majority of them. They want to fill in the space with the roots as they're growing up so that they feel like they are doing what they're supposed to do. If you put a little seed in here, it's going to take a while, and it's because the roots are going to be trying to go out. The plant has to expend so much energy for all of this. And so if they're putting all their energy into trying to fill a whole pot with its roots, there's not much energy in it growing up. So you want to be able to give it a size pot that it can do both, right? Rebel canners, yeah. Yep, that's what he's going to be. Oh, thank you, 13 Moons. Appreciate you being here. So anyway, to help it, get its roots going and everything, here's like I said, a 2-inch pot. You might want to go to here, and then from here, once everything can go, you can go into a bigger pot like this, transplant them up. This is a 4-inch pot, and these are 3-inch pots here. So I can, let me just get one here. So we have 2, 3, and a 4. So you can kind of tell the sizes. You could go from your cell to the 4-inch pot, but again, that's a lot of space in there to try to get things started with and everything. So going to a 3-inch pot is very doable. So you can see the size here from 1 cell into a 3-inch pot. Now it's not all that tall. It's about 3 inches tall. And so once it, like say a tomato plant starts getting really established and all of a sudden it's like this tall, these are going to start falling over. That's when you need to plant them up into a bigger thing. And so there's like a rotation going on all the time with all my starts, because herbs take a long time and they may stay in these cells for a long time. And then I may put them into a 2-inch from there and they'll stay there for a long time. But peppers and tomatoes especially, they grow really, really fast. To use your 2-inch soil blocker last year had the best tomato plants ever. You never had to up-pot them. Oh, that's awesome. You know what? I have a confession time. I have a soil blocker, but I have not used it yet. But I did just get it last summer. So, but I don't really have anything to lay them in, for the, a tray to put them in, to put the blocks in. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet on that. I have to think about that. So, so anyway, then you can, let's say you went for peppers or something, you went from your little cell to a 2-inch pot, and then it's like they're getting crowded. You might want to put them into a 4-inch pot or something. And a lot of this depends on how many plants you have, how much room you have, because they need to continue to stay under your grow lights, because they're inside, unless you have a greenhouse outside. Now, I just am using regular shop lights in my little greenhouse there. Those are just shop lights I have for each layer, but your lights need to be down as close to your plants as possible, usually about 2 inches from it. Otherwise, they will just start growing up and get leggy. Okay, another thing that you can do for planting it is this is a mushroom container. You can just fill this. Like this could fit 2 or 4 soil blocks in here, just really nicely. So you could put that in there. Again, though, you would need to make sure you have some kind of drainage. So put some holes. Oh, this pot, it came with no holes in it. So I just took my drill out and I drilled holes in here. So some in the bottom, some on the sides, real close to the bottom, so that as I water them, they have the possibility of draining out so that it doesn't get root rot down in there. These are just lettuce containers. So I just, whoops, dropping dirt on my computer. So just started these onions in these lettuce containers, and that's working great. So then I have this big one. If you're in an apartment or something like that, or you just don't have much of a yard or anything, and you want to grow something that's not a root vegetable, but let's say you could grow some of those Tom Thumb peas, some of those little peas, or lettuce, different things like that. I should take this all out here. Show this to you. Do a proper demo. So there, it's just, I would have to drill some holes at the bottom of this. They do have kind of some spots that look like they'd be places I could drill. This is 6.5 inches deep, so I could fill it with soil up to about 1 inch from the top, and then just plant these, and you could set it near a window on the floor near your sliding glass doors or something. Just make sure that there's some kind of grow light over them so that they get the light. Bush beans, yes, you could do bush beans in these. Anything that the root systems don't need more than 5 or 6 inches. And so just something like this would be a perfect little a little pot. You can move that out into your deck. You can move it outside, for the summer, different things like that. You could even, line the top of, yes, Connie, that was a mushroom container. This one. Yep. I've got several of those that I saved last year that I'd actually grown. A couple of years ago, I did a bunch of onions in these and didn't let them grow long enough. So, but yeah, they were great. So yes, you could, if you have a picnic table that you don't use for having picnics at, lay out all your trays and your different things out there. Utilize different things. So I'm not going to get into like hardening off or anything because we don't have time. But the other thing that is really important are some kind of sticks so that you can, when you, excuse me, sorry, when you're growing your seeds, here you've got flats, maybe 2, 3, 8, 10 flats of seeds, and you're going, oh my goodness, what did I plant in there? I don't know what I planted. So you don't know what's going to be coming up. So you take one of these, you stick it in the dirt, you've got to label it. You put in there, jalapeno peppers. And so that you know that this set is jalapeno peppers. And then once you transplant these, you plant them to the next one, make sure that you have another thing in there. It can get a little, if you need to buy 500 of these, I can get a little pricey. So what I did, I don't have them right here, but one year I took orange juice cans, the plastic ones, containers, that you get frozen concentrate in. And I cut those up into strips and cut little points on the end of them. So they'd be like little points. And then I could write on them with a marker and they worked great. So I had free sticks there and I still have them. I just wash them and, disinfect them at the end of the year so I don't have them. But okay, Dave, you said you try to time the growth so that use 3.5-inch pots as your largest. Very good. Use 10 by 20 trays with cell inserts, 48 cells, and you put 3.5 pots in the trays. Then hopefully then to the garden. Yes, yes. Hey, Donna, hi. Yes, you need a drip tray. So that's the other thing, that when you've started all of your little cells, when you up pot them into the bigger ones, you have to make sure you have enough trays because these all have holes in them. You need to have enough trays. And I've actually taken to using like the flat Rubbermaid bins that go on. A lot of you have seen my my whole floor stand grow light system that I made with PVC pipes and shop lights and everything. And so I have these full great big Rubbermaid bins, like I said, the low flat ones that I can put all of these bigger pots in, and then the water can catch them and everything. So, oh boy, I'm getting so far behind. Sorry guys. Use a busted raw egg in the hole. Yes, I do that too, Albany Mountain. Absolutely. Oh, Foggy Man, I'm sorry, you're probably already gone, but thank you for coming. Great night. Yes, it worked great. Absolutely. Yeah, the tomatoes love to have that egg in there. They definitely do. Dave, you mentioned shop lights. Perfect for starts and no need to get fancy grow lights. Yes, because I'm only starting them here and they're under the lights for 6 or 8 weeks and that's it. Once I start getting them hardened off and getting them outside and getting them in the garden, they'll have all of the full spectrum sunlight that they need and everything. So, yes, thanks, Patty. Yeah, recycling them is really good. Yes, take the seeds. Old window blinds. Excellent idea, Debbie. Thank you so much. Plastic knives from Dollar Store. See, I love all you guys' ideas. So fantastic. You seem to have some mystery plants here and there. I know. Hey, Monica, thanks for coming in. Um, oh, thank you. I really appreciate that. Yeah, and my gardener's great channel too. So for anybody who doesn't know, Emma Gardner hit 1 million subs this last week. And I hit 4,000 actually a couple weeks ago. So you guys are all part of that. And I really thank you for doing that, for being here and supporting me. That's excellent. Um, brain fade. I like the brain fade moments of the other things. So a tip on writing on the tags, Sharpie markers fade. They do. Use pencil or UV stable markers. Okay. I need to get one because yes, I was wondering whether because they say it's a permanent, but it doesn't stay permanent. Most definitely not. So anyway, that's kind of my things. On this, we were talking, I didn't even get to everything else I wanted. We just talked about containers mostly here. Oh, guys. So my garden tip for tonight is when you just starting, it doesn't have to be grand or expensive or building all these beds or all this other kind of stuff to start growing food. Just clear some ground, whether it's your yard or piece of pasture or something. Just clear some yard space. Um, just remove the sod, any grass roots, that kind of thing. Loosen the soil underneath and put your seed in and water it. You can fertilize it later. And so really it's just muscle work. Thank you, Patty. And Bonnie, thank you so much. It just takes some sweat equity to get it going, and you're producing your own food. So begin simply and cheaply. You can expand it later if it's something that you are passionate about and you feel that you know enough to be able to do it, or you can try different methods the following season. I've been doing this for 27, 28 years, and there's still new things that I'm doing every year. You never figure it all out. Thanks, Matt. Thank you, Alicia. So just start it. Just get going on it. And um, you don't have to have everything all figured out ahead of time. Don't spend 3, 4, 5 years just going, oh, I should do this or I should do that. And you're timid about it. Just get some dirt available and stick the seed in and just see what happens. It gets you, it'll inspire you to do more and you'll figure it out along the way. All right, my prep tip for tonight is set up a water catchment system. Right now, I just have a bucket and my downspout. I have like a mesh cloth that I put over it to filter out any leaves or bugs or debris, that type of thing. And then I just pour it into another barrel that's got a cover on it. Especially, we're going to be looking at another hot, dry summer. Can have that water to help water at least all my starts and my, as I bring them out, because they take a lot of water when I've got all of these filled up, and I can end up using 2 or 3 gallons of water a day. So if I could have that saved up, which is rainwater, which is excellent water, um, for my plants before they go in the garden, that'd be super. Before I have to start using the hose and stuff like that. So yes, just get some water going and saving it. Yeah, just a garbage can, just something like that. Um, yeah, you can do it so much cheaper. I got a $2.50 bucket from Menards, just a 5-gallon bucket. Um, the mesh that I put over it was like a kind of a laundry bag type of thing, and I cut it into 4 pieces, and so I have this square that I put over it. I put a bungee cord around there to keep it on, and so it was like $3 for my catchment, and then my other big barrel, garbage can was maybe, I don't know, 12 or $15, something like that. So you can do things cheap. You don't need things, that kind of thing. Well, Michigan Daffodil, tell them that you just want the rainwater for watering your plants. that they need the nutrients from that, and it's so much better than what you can get from the ground. So, I don't know. That's yeah, exactly, Matt, too. Show him that it'll save him money. There you go. So, again, in the show notes, there's the Clyde's Garden Planner that you can get. There's a few other places that have them. I just put in my gardeners up there, and um, whew, okay, I still have so much to talk about, but not today. I'm going to leave you with one little funny thing because I had a whole list of them here. There were 15 kids that were asked about their thoughts on marriage. And there are a bunch of different things here. But um, let's see. Uh, uh, how do you decide who to marry? Well, Alan, age 10, said, you got to find somebody who likes the same stuff. Like, if you like sports, she should like it that you like sports. And she should keep the chips and dip coming. Uh, Kirsten, age 10, said, no person really decides before they grow up who they're going to marry. God decides it all way before, and you get to find out later who you're stuck with. How would the world be different if people didn't get married? Kelvin, age 8, said, there sure would be a lot of kids to explain, wouldn't there? Oh, anyway, yeah, and happy to eat out of packages. There you go. I love kids. There's just so many more there. But anyway, you guys take care. God bless. Always have hope and have a great week. And it is spring officially. Yesterday was spring, and today was officially um, fall in the southern hemisphere. So there you go. All right. Good night, you guys. Take care. Thanks for coming.